Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 18th running of the American 700. There's a lot of news stories today in this crucible of motor racing, and there's a lot of stuff that's changed since the last time we saw you. Namely, yesterday was a complete washout. No qualifying took place, so it all went back to Friday practice on who is going to be starting where. Which is going to be something that could be interesting. It's a little controversial, so that could be something that we watch as we get going here. The fans are quite, they've filled in here. However, weather is not going to be our friend today. There is only a 12% chance, and we're hearing it's downgraded to 10% chance from ARCSOA meteorologist Rick Stoddard. He has stated that there's only a 10% chance that this race is actually going to get completely through without any weather intervention, without any weather delays. And there's a very good chance that this race isn't even going to see its entire completion today. It might go towards next week. Or not next week, tomorrow or even Tuesday, because the weather looks pretty poor everywhere. With that being said, there's a couple of other major news items. Number one, a number of cars that initially qualified for the race did not make it through the Room of Doom process. And that's been incredibly controversial, including every DNC car that qualified originally did not make it. And DNC is not too happy about that, to say the least. Team manager Cody Lamas, he won his qualifying race and failed tech. So you got to think about that. The drivers that would have qualified that didn't make it are Dylan Speeds, Pretty Shaw, Dylan Young, Vince Freeze, Cody Lamas, Kelly Splicin, and Austin Rogers. Which Austin Rogers wouldn't have made it, but then he got bumped in because of Cody Lamas not making it, and then he gets DQ'd. The cars that did make it in replacement are Theo Mayer, Kay Nagase, Rich Roy, DJ Curtis, Vea Korbanov, and John Martinage. However, that starts another big situation in which a number of a number of teams have then bought out rides or swapped drivers. So we'll have to get into that. They're all at the back of the grid anyway. All those drivers did, no matter where they are, they're all in the back. So it's a very mixed up grid because the top 15 all get bumped up to the first 15 spots. They kind of took their times because they had to kind of abridge this qualifying session in order to kind of mix this entire thing up. So the top 15 were kind of ranked on their own, and they fill in the first 15 spots when the rest of the field then slots in there, and then all the cars that had a driver swap or a team swap that didn't originally qualify then are dropped to the back. So it's a very chaotic qualifying system, and it really was supposed to be single car, but it was really a pack qualifying session. So here are some of the rules for American 700 American 700 endurance rules coming up here. So here are the important rules to note that are different than normal the normal rain weather procedures. So this is for rain, for all endurance races. The race must be run in its entirety. All 700 miles must be complete. No matter how many days it takes, the 700 miles will be completed. During rain delay red flags, all teams that are still classified have the chance to fix their cars during the red flag. This can go up to full-on engine changes. Okay? If there's time, they can do it. And that means you can work overnight to work on it. And all drivers that are still classified will not get their laps back as they did in the past. Previously, there used to be a rule where all cars 2 laps down would get their laps back, and then everybody else would end up getting DNF from the race. That's not happening this year. Only one car will get a free pass. So only the first car one lap down will get a free pass like they do on every other caution. So then on the next day, it will kind of restart back in order of the way it was. Those are the rules that are in place today. With that being said, we've got a full starting grid that we're going to have to go to. Let us take a look at that. Takumi Hirano has currently bought out the John Martinage spot on the grid, and he will start last on the grid. Of course, cars in the back, as we know, are the ride buyers, or ride swaps, as we are going to call them, I think, here. So instead of John Martinage, we have Takumi Hirano, which is... Again, this concept isn't exactly the nicest concept on the grid, but that's likewise. Instead of Tobias Gross in the Mopar car, we have Noah Hart. DNC did have one car that did not get Room of Doom, because Noah Hart blew up from a transfer position, might I add, in his qualifying race. Noah Hart then, because of a loophole, we're guessing that car might have failed tech in Room of Doom. Because of that, we are, Noah Hart's allowed to race on a technicality almost, but Noah Hart is in the race. The longtime driver here is in the race. Lance Kelvin is a substitute for Colin Wolfe. Lance Kelvin's, of course, a championship contender. Great to see Kelvin on the grid. However, this is at the expense of Colin Wolfe. And Flip Papadopoulos in for Kano Kompalanian there. Flip Papadopoulos is driving the anti-monkey butt car. 1994 Chevy Lumina. Surprised this team had the money to buy a ride, but they certainly did. Kind of rare to see them on the grid. William Brock originally did not make the field due to an accident. William Brock now is being substituted out with Kai Nagase. Has been substituted out by Kai Nagase, who made the race. So Kai Nagase in it. Pablo Sanchez's backyard racing car would then be substituted out for Cameron Taylor. Tenaire bought the ride from a struggling backyard racing team. They need the money to keep going. And when you come up with rumor of $6 million for that spot on the grid, I mean, that's a lot of money there. That's a lot of money. I mean, some of these ARCSOA teams run a car for that amount of money for the whole season. So Tenaire not afraid to throw around some money. Craig Janser is in the Quinn Wright spot. So Matthews Motorsports buys out Mopar's Quinn Wright, puts Janser onto the grid. And Aiden Shepard alongside is in the Averill Mead position on the grid as well. So that will conclude, I believe, all the ride buying. And now we got the actual grid. So the slowest of the qualifiers was Zayden Davidson. Roy Inc. got three of their cars on the grid. That's an impressive showing by them, to be honest with you. And alongside you have Theo Mayer. Theo Mayer makes the grid as well. Great to see the Prezi Hyundai on the grid. Vea Koryubanov, I'm sorry, will be starting on the outside of the next row up. And alongside we have the Hydro car of Edel Karsgaard. Karsgaard is on the grid as well. Ayapo Anselmi in the Roy Inc. car. And alongside of him we have Rich Roy, the Pennsylvanian driver. Again, impressive showing by Roy Inc. to get onto the grid. We're kind of, like I said, it's a big surprise that they even got one car on the grid, let alone three. Roy Inc. really brought their A game today. Julius Costa, the last year's reigning American 700 winner at the old Auto Club Speedway before they decided to ruin it by making it a half mile. And alongside of him, we have Haruko Fuji, driving in the 066 car. right? Or the 660 car, my apologies. Daniel Bouchard in the 7 car on the outside of Max Dragonis. Dragonis is a very fast driver, nearly won his qualifying heat. Going to be interesting to watch Dragonis and Daniel Bouchard on the outside. Daniel Bouchard was fast in his heat as well. That team should be coming up through the field. LaRusso Danielson nearly won the Grand Prix of Road Atlanta earlier this year, and alongside you have Samet Ozkin in the Mopar car, the only Mopar car that kept their spot. They wanted at least one car on the grid, and Ozkin's been reliable for them. So they kept Ozkin in the race. Michelle Fuller in the 70 car, driving for Bradley Automotive. Originally, they were trying to see if they could get Dylan Speeds into this car. However, Dylan Speeds' car got axed in Room of Doom, so they were not allowed to move the 70 into the... They weren't allowed to move the 42 into the race in place of the 70, so Fuller keeps her spot in the American 700. And alongside, you have DJ Curtis. Curtis is... originally didn't qualify, but because of all the Room of Doom, he ended up making the field in the 83 car and ended up qualifying quite well. Susumu Hayata driving in the Lycoya Interceptor. I'm guessing that is a secondary Lycoya car there. We'll be starting on the outside of Tim Morse, the driver who originally got the pole overall and was the fastest in final practice, faster than all the cars that are starting in front of him. Or one of the fastest cars, I should say. I don't think he was the fastest because there's a couple others in front of him. But Tim Morse was one of the fastest cars all weekend. We'll be starting back here. Of course, he gets Room of Doomed out of the top 12 shootout that never actually happened. And exactly. So Tim Morse going to be a driver that is going to be fun to see climb up through the field. We got an all-Lycoya next row with Bethany Woodard and Wyatt Castle. Bethany Woodard in the Lycoya Invader. And alongside we have Wyatt Castle and another Lycoya Invader. These are two factory Lycoya cars. Wyatt Castle is the heaviest driver on the grid, sponsored by McWendy King. McWendy King is, of course, everybody's favorite fast food restaurant. And outside of Baxter's, of course, Baxter's Fried Chicken. We love Baxter's Fried Chicken because they sponsor us. Carter Fitzgerald starting 16th, the fastest of the non-qualifying, non-top 15 cars, Carter Fitzgerald. And alongside, we have Lawrence Zabka, the slowest out of the front 15. He, of course, won his heat because Cody Lamas was not allowed to qualify. Greg Woodard and Ryan Griffin are the next two cars on the grid, and in front of them we have Dylan Ibrahimian and Russ Pliskin. Philip Papura and Tim Randolph are the next two cars on the grid, with Nick Pericles and Eric Monaco on the next two spots. Pericles, of course, nearly won an American 700 a number of years ago, but blew up with only 5 to go from almost a full lap lead over the entire field. I think he had a half lap on Ike Durbin, and everybody else was a lap down when that happened. And the race, it was, I think, the only time the American 700 has ever ended under yellow, because Pericles grenaded the motor, and in an absolutely dominating race on his part. Trek Tauger and Ryan Rickshaw are side by side here in the zero car. Ferrari, of course, got both their cars into the American 700 Fast 12 qualifying. Viola Ailing in the other Ferrari, and alongside we have Sean Perkins, the 3-time American 700 champion. He and DJ Curtis will be trying to go for a 4th. Who would be the first ever driver to get a 4th American 700? Could be a fun question today. And on the front row, we have an all-Tenaire front row and an all-Ohio front row, both drivers from Sandusky, Ohio. Kenny Myatt, and alongside we have Anthony Griffith, our pole sitter for today, the second fastest car outside of Carter Fitzgerald in Friday practice. However, it is a lot windier today, and there is a lot of big changes coming today that are different. I mean, there's a nasty southerly wind today at 26 miles an hour sustained, gusts up to 50. Rain is moving in, as you can see out in that direction. A lot of rain's coming in. So it's not going to be a pretty race, I think, for just trying to get this race in. Heavy rain coming in, so we got to keep our eyes out today. Hopefully we can get the whole race in today, but I don't have a lot of hope. I think we're going to be racing tomorrow as well, so especially with the new American 700 rules where it's not halfway anymore. You have to do all 700. It's going to be a tough race, I think, for a lot of drivers. With that being said, it is time to go racing here at the American 700. And we're green in the American 700. Anthony Griffith gets a great start. Looks like Pericles is already trying the outside line back there. Kenny Myatt looks like he's going to try and slot in between there. That was the plan. Doesn't look like it's going to work, though. As Sean Perkins dives underneath, they're already up to 183 miles an hour as they kind of rocket around this 2-mile oval. Behind there, we've got Ryan Rickshaw already taking over third position, as we've got Eric Monaco going to be in fourth, the New York native. Dives for trying to go for fourth here. Looks like Rickshaw gets a good run through the center of that corner there. Of course, it is a very heavy headwind, or there's a really heavy southerly wind today. So you're going to have to be really careful. First lap done, Anthony Griffith leads the American 700 right off the bat. Rickshaw, though, is going for the lead. And that's going to be, well, not going to get it there. His cars are sliding all over the place because of that wind. And it looks like the Sean Perkins car has now caught the rear bumper of Anthony Griffith. Rickshaw is struggling there. That inside line with the wind is just insane there. Look at the way the 9 started sliding up there. Just, oh my goodness, the handling there. Oh, we got Ailing in the wall there. Don't want to do that too often if you're Viola Ailing. In the first 5 laps, Russell Pliskin has already worked his way up to third place as Sean Perkins is making the outside work there. Sean Perkins takes over the lead of the race as Anthony Griffith falls to second, as Russell Pliskin and Ryan Rickshaw are working with Philip Papura as well there. The Massachusetts native now trying to dive down low here for third position, or for second position actually. And this is important as the field is already starting to spread out. Oh, we have a little bit of an accident further back. That is Ethan Krasgrad there. We're going to have to take a look and see what happened there. This was on lap number 2 as Karsgaard gets into the fence and comes down. That puts the 28 and the 18 in this as well. Karsgaard would take a lot of damage there, and the 18 car would fall behind quite a bit here as the field is very much spread out right now. They're going to need a yellow. Anthony Griffith is still holding on, or trying to at least, but he's going to lose a spot, I think, to Russ Pliskin there. Takes over second position as the field is pretty much packed up there. Karsgaard is quite slow. And now we've got Anthony Griffith now just trying everything he can to get going there on the outside line. Kenny Myatt's now trying to get the inside to work. It's not the best weather conditions as there is a solid mist today. As, looks like Pliskin's going to go for the lead now on Sean Perkins. The 3-time American 700 winner is going to lose a spot here to Russell Pliskin. And this is, maybe not, though. He had to back way out, the 24 did. And we're thinking that those Toth Ghosts will be incredibly fast today. That's the prediction, at least. But it looks like the Silver Speed car of Sean Perkins is doing a really good job there on the outside, trying to hold on as tight as he can to that lead spot there as Anthony Griffith looks like he's falling back quite a bit there. As, Karsgaard is going to be a big problem there. Karsgaard is only going 177 down the straightaway. 214 for everybody else. As, oh boy, this is going to be interesting trying to get by Karsgaard here. And Karsgaard is going to go a lap down. He's going to block Pliskin there. And that's going to give Sean Perkins a big lead over Kenny Myatt, Tim Morse, and Philip Papura. Oh, we got 4 wide here. Don't want to do this too often, everybody. This could end up being bad if you're not careful, but Karsgaard just gets lucky there that the 3 wide group gets by him there right as that's going to happen. But right now, all eyes are on Sean Perkins, who has retaken over the lead of the race. Oh, we got another car with issues, that being Hirohiko Fuji with a fuel system problem in the 660. He is going to be the first mechanical problem of the day. Also, Viola Ailing further back as well. We're going to have to take a look and see what happened to Ailing here. If we can find what happened to Ailing here. Actually, I think Ailing is pitted already. I'm not sure why she would have had to do that, but she's down in 42nd position. The Greek driver is, oh yeah, very early on, had to make a pit stop there. Not quite sure why Ailing had to make a stop, but Ailing had to pit on lap 3. And now the field is recondensing now as Myatt is catching his fellow statesman, Sean Perkins, at the front of the field. But here comes Tim Morse and Philip Papura. They are going to be duking it out as well. For a third there, as it looks like Myatt's going to try that inside line now on Sean Perkins now. As, again, this is really kind of an interesting showdown now, because now we've got Myatt going to try the outside line there, but Perkins is going to slam the door shut. And they have a heck of a lot of speed down that backstretch because they got a tailwind entering that. 230 miles an hour down that backstretch. It's incredibly difficult to try and control your car to that as the 3 ghost cars further back are in triple file formation. Oh, here comes Fuji coming out of the pits. And again, Hiroko Fuji coming out of the pits there. I wouldn't count anybody out of this race yet with lucky dogs now, but things could get very interesting if you're not careful. As Fuji comes out of the pits, that's Wyatt Castle there. Daniel Bouchard and Selmy is lost the pack with Rich Roy. Takumi Hirano, Lance Kelvin, Craig Janser, Hayata, Shepard, Kostra, Koryubanov, and Mayer are all outside of the pack. Flip Papadopoulos, Zayden Davidson, Karsgaard, Noah Hart, and Ailing is, of course, 41st, but, ooh, looks like Myatt's lost. Where's Myatt? Did something happen to the 9? 9 car had an issue. 9 car had an issue out on track, and that might be our first, no, it's not our first yellow, but the 9 car had a brake issue and had to bring it down pit road, so problems for car number 9. This is what happened to Kenny Myatt here. Myatt is kind of fighting for second here. He was actually going to kind of go for the lead here, but you can see right here something does not look right with his car. And you can see he's just going to bring it down pit road right then and there. Notice the brake pedal, which you are kind of using with that tailwind there. Oh, yeah, he has no brakes entering pit road. I'm wondering if they're going to penalize him for speeding on pit road there. Because, well, he couldn't slow it down, but he was 109 entering pit road. That's clearly speeding by car number 9. So one of the dominant cars we thought today has issues. And now race leader Philip Papura now, and Russ Pliskin in second are being held up by Ethan Karsgaard. And Karsgaard's getting a warning for minimum speed. So Karsgaard's might be DQ'd here if he's not careful here, because he's going to be a problem, I think, all day if they don't. Wow, Cameron Taylor up to 12th already from starting from the back. Cameron Taylor in the other Tenaire rocketing through this field as Karsgaard's really being kind of a problem out there. But, Zabka on pit road. Wonder what that's about. That would be a tire going down and a fuel system problem for the Michigan native. The only Michigan native, I believe, in the field, Ryan Griffin. He's just, I think, oh no, he's on track right now. He just had missed pit road, and he has big fuel system problems. And now Ryan Griffin's probably going to have to, no, he's not pitting either. Ooh, that's a warning for Griffin as well. So watch Ryan Griffin now as this race keeps going. And Ryan Griffin is incredibly slow and holding up some lap traffic here. Holding up some lead lap cars here. Ryan Griffin is going to be a problem, I think, here as Eric Monaco in the Silver Speed car comes up really quickly there on him as the field is trying to dip and dive to get by the 26 car. There goes his teammate Tim Randolph by. And, oh yeah, they're definitely going to need to start calling some of these cars in that are really slow out there. It is getting dangerous out there. Edel Karsgaard finally pits. Maybe they'll try and fix that car. I'm looking for our other friend here that has a fuel system problem. I don't see him. Yeah, Karsgaard on pit road, but that 26 car is going to cause an accident if he is not careful. They're going to need to pit that 26. I think they're trying to hold out until the first pit stop in order to maybe fix that car. But Ryan Griffin really struggling right now. And just like that, we would get our first caution of the day on lap 25 as there goes the 7 around. And right in front of the field, or well, that's not really right in front of the field, but here we go as he gets back going again here. He's going to come up, and Theo Mayer and Julius Costa, last year's American 700 winner, are involved as well. That's going to be the first caution of the day. And that will be it for them, and Ryan Griffin would actually get a black flag for this, so that's going to be Griffin's day done as well. At the same time, Tim Morse, or just before then, Tim Morse would actually fall out of the race as well, and that would be a problem for Morse, because Morse would then blow up and be the first car out of the race. He was one of the fastest cars all weekend, but Morse is now out. Tough break for Tim Morse. More bad news for the Ohioans as Sean Perkins would grenade the motor coming across the line. So a lot of cars falling out early in this race as Sean Perkins would grenade it as well. So tough break for Perkins there because he was one of the favorites to win. He was running P2 at that moment. So two of the early favorites in the first 25 laps are both having issues, at least now. Well, Perkins, we know, is out of the race, so he is not going to go for his fourth American 700 victory today. Tough break for Sean Perkins. I know he was looking forward to it. Viola Ailing would get the free pass here under the yellow flag, gets back onto the lead lap. Ailing would after that weird early pit stop. As you can see, there will be a number of drivers coming up onto the screen. We will cover who gets eliminated, or who's already been eliminated from this race. So we got a number of cars already out by lap 27. Although, as we know, with rain on the way, it could be a real interesting showdown as this race keeps going, but Ailing gets a lap back. Nick Pericles will lead the field back to the green flag here at Michigan International Speedway, followed by Philip Papura and Anthony Griffith. Cameron Taylor from the back up to fourth. DJ Curtis in fifth. Really good showing by the Red Bulls and the Tenaires right now, other than Kenny Myatt being dreadfully 7 laps down. As I'm watching Edel Karsgaard still kind of slow out there. I'm wondering if they're going to black flag him, because that car's not going to make minimum speed, I don't think. But cars are starting to sling by in there. Dragonis on the outside there. He's going to come up in front of Eric Monaco. That's going to be one of, I think, the smartest places for Karsgaard to go. And here goes the field here. No issues so far in this event. Oh, Karsgaard did get the fence there. He is going to hold up Aiden Shepard a little further back as Anthony Griffith takes over the lead. If you look on the right side board there, Anthony Griffith leads over Philip Papura, but Papura is trying the inside line. Pericles did not get going there on that restart, and this is where things are going to start getting pretty interesting, as now Pericles now is trying to get a run on Papura down there on the front stretch, or down the back stretch rather, as it looks like Cameron Taylor's trying that outside line as well. Kenny Myatt's car doesn't look like it's in too much trouble anymore, but he's 7 laps down because they had to fix it. So we'll see how that goes. Papura would open up a rather large lead now over the 4 car, and now the 84 is now trying to get back by. Trek Tauger also up there as well. Again, Cameron Taylor doing his best to get going here. Again, remember, Myatt is 7 laps down. We have no issues from this restart. Got to also give credit to Ryan Rickshaw there as we go through the field. Dragonis working his way up through the field. Fitzgerald's falling back from hurt. Well, actually, no, running 14th. Not falling back at that point. As we keep going down the order, DJ Curtis from the restart's really falling down the order as well. William Brock working his way up the order from buying a ride there. Excuse me there. As here comes Viola Ailing, the Greek driver, coming up through the field as well. Number of drivers all trying to get the best race they can now, because the last thing you want to do is go a lap down. That's all you don't want to do right now, is go a lap down, and especially if you're somebody like Kenny Myatt who's 7 down, you're going to need a lot of cautions to go your way if you're going to get that back. But Trek Tauger now is trying to take over second position, or taking over second position this time around. But it's all Philip Papura's race right now as Kenny Myatt's trying to help Cameron Taylor get up there. This is all a very important showdown, just seeing who can go back and forth here. Oh, we'd have another car blow up here. That would be Tim Randolph. Randolph would get it back to the pits, but Randolph does a great job going high there. No caution needed because actually they don't seem to find any oil on track, but good on Randolph. But Tim Randolph would fall out of the race at this point, and that is a very sad thing for Randolph. Kenny Myatt on his own might end up getting a lap back here with the help of Skarsgård here. If he's lucky here, that would help out because if a bunch of these other cars that are a lap down are going to end up getting some of their laps back, Myatt could end up getting some of them back as Myatt dives down low. Remember, getting 7 laps back is going to be almost impossible, but it is a 700-mile race as Nick Pericles takes over the lead. First lead change we've seen in a bit here on lap 43 of 50. We're not even at 100 miles yet, but Kenny Myatt now gets one of his laps back, and that's going to be something to watch, I think, as we get going here, because Myatt's charge here. Myatt, I think, is the fastest car on track right now. Yes, he is. Only driver in the 33 threes, and but he's still 6 laps down. So if he can somehow pull that off, it'd be one of the most miraculous comebacks of all time as Nick Pericles continues to lead this race. Oh, there goes the 24 car now looking underneath Philip Papura. That's those teammate cars. They're going to be interesting to watch as we get going because those 2 cars are doing a really good job just kind of controlling this whole race now. Or they have, as Pericles now has to do his best to hold off Papura, but Papura had a heck of a draft down the front stretch there and dives down low underneath the 84 there, but I don't think he's going to get the spot. I think the 84 or the 84 is going to keep that spot, and the 24 is going to get a run on him. Look at Greg Woodard up to 4th, by the way. Anthony Griffith to 5th, Trek Tauger 6th, Monaco Dragonis in 8th. 9th is Bethany Woodard, or 9th is actually Dylan Ibrahimian. 10th is Woodard, 11th is Brock, 12th is Danielson, 13th is Rickshaw. Oh, we got a crash! Oh, that's Skarsgård blowing up, and the 7 was involved, and I think that probably is going to bring out a yellow, and no, it's not. Ibrahimian, though, has a lot of damage there as Skarsgård. That probably put debris out there, so that is going to bring out the yellow. At the same time, the 5 car would also have a mechanical problem and have a tire or a suspension issue right here. So he is going to have to bring it down pit road as well. They're still under green, keep in mind at this point, because the accident's going to happen further up the track. But Skarsgård's out of the race, and I'm not sure if Taylor's going to fall out as well, but got to be oh so careful here in this. Oh, yeah, that was going to bring out the yellow anyway, because that car's going to stop on track. Ooh, that's going to be a while for the 5 car. Oh, we got a little bit of contact here coming out of the pits. That's Ailing into Ozkin there. Not a good showing there by Ailing there. There's some right side damage there. I'm not sure if there's any damage to Ozkin's car, but pit road here is incredibly tight as Lawrence Zabka is going to get the free pass. So good on Zabka there for getting a free pass there. Only 2 cars 1 lap down, that being over 1 lap down, that being the 663 laps down, and Kenny Myatt 6 laps down. Pericles leads the field back to the green, and away we go. At the 100-mile mark, Pericles leads in this event. So we are 1/7 of the way done in it, as here goes, oh wow, 4 wide for second there. Looks like Greg Woodard's going to actually try and go for the lead if he can go underneath. Oh, Pliskin gets into the fence there. Don't want to do that too often. It's a bad start there by both the Ghost Toth cars. Ooh, there goes the 660 way up the high line there. He's going to get into the fence, I think, off that corner, but luckily he holds on to it there. Pericles continues to lead as Kenny Myatt's going to try and get another lap back. Go to 5 down because Myatt is the fastest car, and if there's a lot of cautions, this could be a viable strategy for Kenny Myatt. A very viable strategy. As his teammate Anthony Griffith is trying to get going, though. Hold on, I got to make sure that there was no issues there. 91 car with a tire going down. We'll see what happened to Ozkin. Ozkin coming out of the pits. That was under yellow. He felt a tire going down, so Ozkin is actually going to go a lap down from that. As now it's Griffith versus Pericles at the front of the field now as Tauger is trying to go low on Myatt. Tauger's not going to get it done, and Tauger's actually going to lose a spot because of it. As now Anthony Griffith now is trying to rocket down this backstretch here. Just trying to keep with Nick Pericles now. Viola Ailing would have to pit due to some of that side damage. Incredibly slow there. And Ailing is on pit road right now here on lap 55. It hasn't been a great start for Ailing. And that car is really ailing right now. As Anthony Griffith now has taken over the lead from Nick Pericles, as Philip Papura, with help from Kenny Myatt's, trying to get to the front as well. Gonna get Pericles there, but I'm not sure about the 4 car. So far, it's been a lot. It hasn't been too bad of a race so far, actually. As the field spreads out a little further back, there's Zayden Davidson with a lot of damage to the left side there. He had some pit road contact as well. Takumi Hirano, Koryubanov there. Roy Papadopoulos is still on the lead lap. Noah Hart kind of just holding on tight there. There's Hayata. Zabka back on the lead lap. Ibrahimian with damage. Got some of the damage fixed. And Selmy. DJ Curtis hasn't looked very quick today. There's Aiden Shepard. Wyatt Castle. There's a 660 there, 3 laps down. Michelle Fuller. The LaRusso Danielson car, and then we've got some of these other drivers who have been kind of midfielders that we're going to need to watch as this race keeps going, as you've got Janser, Kelvin, Brock, Woodard, Fitzgerald, Dragonis, Monaco, Rickshaw, Tauger, Pliskin, Woodard, Myatt's, of course, 6 laps down, Pericles, Papura, and Griffith now continuing to lead this race. Looks like Zayden Davidson is going to be the first car that they're going to have to come up to that's genuinely not horrifically off the pace. I mean, granted, he is off the pace, but I don't think there's any real reason for it. Sam Oskin's going to be another one as, whoops, going the wrong way, as Ailing just got by the 78 car. We're going to take a look and see how the 4 and the 25 deal with this. 84 up into 3rd. Greg Woodard holding on to 4th there. Interestingly enough, we have no one-off cars until we get back to 6th place with Trek Tauger and Ryan Rickshaw there as well. And wow, look at Zayden Davidson being a great back marker, jumping up to the high line. I think it's just a miracle that that car even made this race. So look at them all just go by. I think Woodard might get held up a little bit here. Ooh, a little bit of, I maybe spoke a little too soon as, oh, he's blocking the 9, it looks like, because he knows the 9's already another bunch of laps down. As, whoa, Ailing with problems now in the middle of the pack. Whoa, 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 everybody avoid, everybody avoid. Ailing is going to bring it down to the apron there, thankfully, and pull it off track, but Viola Ailing with big issues there. It looks like fuel pressure problems, I'm going to take a guess. No tire issues for Ailing. Ailing would end up turning it straight into that backstretch gap there and take it straight to the garage, which is, this is the only race where that's allowed. Oh, we got a yellow for it, actually. So apparently there is damage out there, or debris out there, so they did throw a yellow flag for it. So Anthony Griffith will lead the field back to the caution here, as the pace car will pick up everybody once again. Right as that caution happened, Zayden Davidson would get the free pass, so that's going to put him back in the lead. And once again, the Red Bull team gets the 84 car, first car back out, so free pass goes to Zayden Davidson. Good for him, I guess, right there. He's back on the lead lap in this event. Nick Pericles will lead the field back to the green. Still only 4 cars listed as 1 lap down, that being the Sam Oskin car, who is 1 lap down. Myatt is 6 laps down. Ailing is 3 laps down, as is the 660. So the 660 and the 00 are fighting for position back there. Ailing's car is a lot better, but got to be careful about that. Pericles did not get going there on that start, and it looks like the 4 is already going to start trying to go with his teammate, the 9, to get him at least another lap back. Get him 5 laps down, it looks like. But here we go, down the backstretch now. The 4 of Anthony Griffith now is taking over the lead with help, I think. Well, the 84 is going to be fighting back there, but the 84 is going to slide a little high into the marbles. 91 way up high as well into the marbles. I think that's Ailing as well back there. 91 in the fence. Ailing also has to back out of it there and check up the 019 of LaRusso Danielson as well. So, again, just overall very, very these restarts have been very chaotic, to be honest with you. And still no sight of the big one, though, which is important because, as you know, the American 700 normally has a big one as we go throughout this race. Oh, Anthony Griffith trying the way high line there as the 9 continues to, not lead, but lead the pack around. He's 5 laps down as here comes Russ Pliskin now to try and take over the lead. I don't think he's going to get it that lap. But, yeah, 1,000th of a second, but he is going to take over the lead of the race right now, I believe, as Pliskin takes over from Griffith, the 84 as well up there. And again, this is just kind of the racing we're expecting to see here out of Michigan here. It's kind of like Fontana there. Whoopsie. Didn't mean to do that. I thought the game crashed for a second. Wow, the 4 has some issues with that car now, handling issues here. Wow, William Brock up to 4th now. Good to see Brock up there. Brock now takes over 4th position. Brock is on his move. Another driver who had a really bad pit stop was Philip Papura. He is back to 5th position, though, as he is gotten by Anthony Griffith, who really doesn't seem to be having that handling on his car that great. Ryan Rickshaw is in 7th there. Down in 8th, we have Eric Monaco, and in 9th, we have Aiden Shepard. Dragonis and Tauger are fighting for 10th. There's Carter Fitzgerald in 11th. Remember, really, I mean, granted, we're seeing who are the strong cars. We're seeing the Pliskins, the Red Bull there of Nick Pericles. Woodard's been up there today. We're seeing the cars that are fast. If the 9 can get back on the lead lap, the 9's going to win it. I think, but again, he's got 6 laps to catch back up, and I think he's still the fastest car out there. Yeah, nobody's come near him. Woodard's the second fastest car, or has set the second fastest lap of the race. So, it's just you got to get those spots back. One driver I'm surprised we haven't seen much of today has been Lance Calvin. Calvin has been off the pace all week. He only got in here because he bought his way in, and Calvin... I'm more or less surprised by Calvin's lack of speed overall. I would have thought Calvin would have been a lot quicker as this race has gotten going, but... Oh, we got a crash! Oh, no, that's bad! We got the big one! I think that... No, it's maybe not. It's Fuller, Fuji, and Rickshaw. Slow down, people! What are you doing, Takumi Hirano and, Rich Roy there, but oh, no, that's bad. And again, it was another mechanical problem that caused this one. Rickshaw apparently had a tire going down, and he's just trying to bring it back to down to the apron here. Oh, and his teammate's the one that got him. And that's where Janser, Tauger, and Fuller get into contact. Fuji's also in it. And, oh, yeah, that's a... Wow, look at these cars blast by. What are you guys doing? That's full speed. We're on board with Ryan Rickshaw. As you can see, this car breaks down. And he's just trying to get down low. His spotter clears him to go start going down, and his teammate just happens to be there. And just on the backstretch, just cars all over the place. Luckily, that could have been a lot worse than it was, but a lot more cars are going to fall out after that one. Tough break. This is going to benefit Kenny Midas. He's going to get another lap back to only go 5 laps down as well. So, yikes for everybody else. And up on your screen, you're going to see that Rickshaw, Fuji, Fuller, and Kelvin all are going to fall out of the race. Where did Lance Kelvin get in? Did Lance Kelvin get in that, or did he just blow up? Well, that'd explain why he was so slow out there. No, I think he just blew up. I don't think he was involved in that accident, actually. Yeah, he just blew up. Zayden Davidson had just been lapped again when that incident happened, so Davidson will get another wave around here. Another free pass around, and that's going to keep messing up Oskin, because I think Oskin's the better car, but again, Davidson keeps getting lapped right as the caution comes out, so it's been kind of a chaotic start, actually, to this race, so hopefully we can kind of get a little bit of a green flag run going here. Viola Ailing is still on pit road as well, so, oh, now Ailing's coming out of pit road. More issues for that car there as well, so gotta be careful of that. Nick Pericles is going to lead the field back to the green. Pericles' crew is just so fast getting on and off of pit road. And just incredibly quick in just getting service done to that car. And here we go. Green flag is out again. And look at Aiden Shepard actually up in the top 10 now, down up in 6th position. Haven't seen much of him today. Eric Monaco already trying the outside. Ailing is slow. Oh my goodness, Ailing is slow. Ailing did not get going there. And the Ferraris are single-handedly falling apart right now. The Ferrari master plan is not working for them. But here we go. Down the track we go. There's another car that I'm surprised has not done much. That being DJ Curtis. Rocking around the outside there. Craig Yonser has damage from that little incident there. Trek Tauger also with some hood damage. Not sure where he needed that, but again, Kenny Myatt's going to lead the pack around and possibly go to only 4 laps down as Russ Pliskin leads the race as Anthony Griffith now, he's trying to get underneath on inside move there on the 96 car. That's an aggressive strategy there. Pretty good move if you ask me. As we kind of go down through the order here, these are the cars that are out of the race. Forgive the 9. There are 31 cars still in the event. As you kind of get looking here, now we're up to, 30 cars, I'm sorry. 30 still in the race, or 29 actually, my bad. 29 cars still in the race now. As, here we go now, as down the backstretch now we have the 84 trying to close in on Pliskin again here. Monaco up to 3rd with trying to hold off Papura. Here comes the 96 of Woodard now. We haven't seen him for a bit. There's Bethany Woodard coming as well through the field. So once again, we're going to try and just hopefully get to the 200-mile mark and just start chugging it by 100 miles now. I mean, that's kind of how you have to kind of approach the American 700. As here goes Pericles going for the lead now. I don't think he's going to get it done there, but as this race keeps going, it's going to be one of those showdowns. As there goes Papura down low now. Trying to get underneath Pericles, make it a ghost 1-2. And I'm not sure if that's going to pay off well for him. Yes, it looks like it, because Pliskin went way high there. And it is now a ghost 1-2 at the front of the field, with Myatt continuing to lead the pack around 4 laps down. Black flag car 78 for being slow on track, not meeting minimum speed, so the 78 car is going to have to bring it down pit road. And that's not what Zayden Davidson's going to want to see. His 2 teammates are still on the lead lap, I believe, though, I think. Is the 89 still out there? Let's see. Not 89, I'm sorry, the 87. Yeah, the 87's still on the lead lap, as is the 81 car. And Selmy's actually doing pretty good out there, but Davidson would have to pit for some mechanical work to try and fix that car. The 3 Ps are leading this race, with Pliskin, Papura, and Pericles leading over Griffith quite a ways back, with Monaco, Woodard, and Brock also looking pretty far into advance as well there. Dragonis there, and looks like Shepard and Danielson are battling for the last spot in the top 10. Remember, only top 10 get points here. So if there's a points little battle here. Oh, wow, they're 3 wide there, trying to go for a spot here. And it looks like, it's going to be Papura versus Pliskin right now. It looks like Pericles backs out. Uh-oh, we got a problem, I think, now. Is that... Oh, no, that's the 78 car doing his damage repair. And it doesn't look... It looks a little quicker, but just enough to get up to minimum speed, but... Again, Davidson not having a good day right now, if you ask me. Davidson would go another lap down, and actually a little bit of contact there with Pliskin. I don't know what Davidson and Pliskin were doing there, but you got to be a little bit more aware of that there, Davidson. A little bit of contact there. Hopefully nothing too wrong with Pliskin's car, but Zayden Davidson's going to go a lap down. At the 200-mile mark, Russell Pliskin leads the race, or led the race, actually. We're on 102 now, as Philip Papura is trying to go for the lead now. Hasn't been able to do it, though. I think they're just kind of toying around up there right now. So we are 200 miles into this event. And so far, the weather's done a good job holding off right now. Good to see, because this race actually has been pretty good. I mean, a lot of people were worried about moving it to Michigan, but so far the race has been pretty good. Philip Papura has been trying this inside move for quite some time now for the lead of this race. The top three have about a 3.5-second lead over everybody else. And finally, Papura would make it stick down there as the tires are starting to wear off a little bit, as Papura takes over the lead of the race over Pliskin and Pericles in third. So got to be so careful that we're not going to get into too many issues there. Even though Myatt, we know, is 4 laps down, going to go 5 laps down here if Papura makes a move. Papura is actually the first car that we've seen make a good charge here on the 9. We know the 9 is the fastest car out there right now, but it's all going to come down to how well they can, because if they keep getting yellows and the 9's in front of him, he doesn't even need the free pass. He's just getting them back by normal. And, well, now, it looks like they're losing Pericles a little bit here, as it now looks like the Toth Phantoms are going to start working together a bit here in order to kind of pull from Pericles here. Further back, here's Monaco, Griffith, the 2 Woodards, and Brock now are the next group of cars there. Again, no one-off cars in the top. You have to go back to 9th to get to Wyatt Castle and Max Dragonis in 10th. To go back to the first one-off car, so it is a very much a full-timer American 700 at this point. This would be the worst thing to happen to Kenny Myatt, as he had a good spot there going for him, but he gets held up by the 78 car, who is, again, really slow out there, but just above minimum speed, that it's not going to bother him too much, that they're not going to bother him. They just got that car above, and now the 9 falls behind the 2 leaders, so he's not going to get the free pass this time, or a free lap back. It would go to Ozkin, as Myatt is now 5 laps down. And Russell Pliskin's going to try the outside now on the 25, his teammate here. Kenny Myatt, the left car, is going to try and also get a spot, or at least track position back. He wants to get back in front of these 2 so that he can get another lap back. Oh, we got an issue out there somewhere. 60 car with issues. That's Carter Fitzgerald. That is a tire going down on the 60, but I believe Fitzgerald is going to make it back to the pits. No need for a yellow. But there's not actually that many cars 1 lap down. If you take a look over there, or 1 or 2 laps down, it's only 4 cars over a lap down, so it's going to be easy to get a lap back in this event, as Myatt got by Papura and is going to try and get by Pliskin here, so just shows the overall speed of that 9. That 9 is scary fast, and if that thing gets back on the lead lap, watch out for it as they're coming up to lap Vea Koryubanov and also Takumi Hirano there as well, as Myatt hasn't been the best with dealing with cars that are technically in front of him in the lap count, but again, this is going to be good for Myatt, I think, here. Just getting in front of those leaders, he's getting laps back that way, as looks like Koryubanov and Hirano do a good job going to the outside line there, letting these cars go by. And like I said, even though Myatt is number of laps behind them, I mean, they're giving him the space too, like he's a lead lap car, because that thing is just so incredibly quick. And I believe that will be, didn't mean to do that one again. That will be the pit notification for the, 84 car pitted. Okay, are we starting to see pit stops maybe? Let's see here, 84 green flag stop here. No one else pitted with him. Well, the 60 was on pit road as well, but anybody else bring it down as well here, as it looks like the, Papura's going to get by Pliskin here. Oh, maybe not, though. Roy is also holding on as well, as the leaders are in some heavy lap traffic, and I think this is going to benefit Pericles, because Pericles pitted before they got to the lap traffic. But the thing that'll kill Pericles is the, if a caution were to fly. That's a bit early, though, for pitting, though, if you're Nick Pericles. I think that's... I don't know if I like that strategy call there. As here goes Pliskin by to retake the lead away from Papura. Papura led that last lap, and now Pliskin's fighting back there on the inside. Papura has the preferred line, but Papura is also being held up by Janser there. They've got a 7-second lead over everybody else in the field right now. And that's going to be important to watch as Myatt now has taken off in front of these two. So, here comes Papura again looking down low. And as the tires fall off, they're quite a bit off of their fastest lap speed. So I'm guessing Pericles is going to start really closing in on this group. Pliskin got the lap that time by, but now Papura is going to try and go for it now. And this is where racing is going to get so close here. You can see that this track on older tires is quite racy, actually. The 41 is in third, but Pliskin's going to hold the spot. And here goes Russell Pliskin to take the, Russell Pliskin to the high line, and Papura's going to try and take the lead away in this race. Meanwhile, while all this is going on, I've got to say, 4 car is closing. The 41 is closing right now. Ooh, what happened to the 4? Where is the 4? Oh, I'm sorry, he was leading that group, but this pack was closing for a minute there, and now they're losing it again, so got to be really careful. But now, race leader Philip Papura, so they are doing a really good job cycling this back and forth on each other, and it's helping them pull away from third place right now, being Eric Monaco, although I'm not exactly sure what the 84 car is doing. Oh, we got a problem with the 17 car, fuel system issue with the 17 we're hearing. I'm not sure why that car is not, oh wait, that's why we're on a delay here, but 17 would bring it down pit road, as I believe I saw the 18 also pitting it as well. So we are starting to see cars bring it down pit road. I think Roy is coming in as well. So again, pit stop strategy now is going to be incredibly critical, as here comes Pliskin back on the Papura car. Still not gonna get it there. But this is the kind of racing that we're kind of surprised about right now. And it looks like here comes both the Ghost cars in the Toth Phantoms. And Myatt as well comes down. Fitzgerald already pitted, so we think that the 17 is going to be on pit road for an extended period of time to try and fix the fuel system problem that car had. Ooh, Koryabanov had some heavy right side damage. Not sure where Koryabanov got that damage. We're going to have to take a look here, because that is some pretty significant right side damage. Didn't bring out the yellow, but it might have been a while ago. We're not going to go back that far. But yeah, Koryabanov with some heavy right side damage there. And again, I'm interested to see where the 83 is. The 25 gets a much better stop than the 24 does. The 025, that is, and Myatt stays in front of him. Where is the 83 in all of this? Or 84 in all of this? Here comes Pericles. Pericles is going to have a big lead out of all of this, I think is, yeah, there's Papura coming out of the pits. Pericles has a huge lead right now in this race. So Pericles has played the pit card exactly correctly, and Pericles will lead the event. Uh-oh, we got a problem here. Coming out of the pits, the 019 loses all power and gets into the wall there, and that's going to actually bring out the yellow flag, so that's going to be the 5th caution of the race. So the 84 car will get the caution here, leading the race. Kenny Myatt will not get his lap back, and I think Dragonis, who was the car that was really held up there by that car breaking down, is going to get the is going to get the free pass here. 15, yes, Dragonis will get the free pass, so good on Max Dragonis there. But Max Dragonis, free pass car. And actually, because of the way the cautions fell, the 56 was in front of the 24 car. So that is actually going to allow the 024 to get a lap back, that being the next car 1 lap down. that is Susumu Hayata. Hayata will get a lap back as well because technically the 56 was going to be on the tail end because I don't think he pitted. So that is a very interesting way that all went down. But there goes Hayata getting his lap back. Susumu Hayata gets a lap back as well. So that's going to actually get two cars one lap back as well. The 24 car is the leader of this race right now. It's the 84 at a really bad pit stop. He's down in 4th position now. Number of cars are going to be interesting to watch as Danielson's back up and running after a lot of mechanical work being done on that car. I wanted to give you an entire update of the running order right now. Morse, Griffin, Costra, Mayer, Bouchard, Perkins, Randolph, Karsgaard, Taylor, Fuji, Fuller, Rickshaw, and Kelvin. Their American 700 dreams are over. Myatt, Danielson, Davidson, Ailing, Korbanov, Brock, Ozkin, Hirano, and Selmy, Roy, Yonser, Tauger, and Papadopoulos are all one lap down. The two cars that got to go around are Hayata and Dragonis, Curtis, Hart, Castle, Shepard, Fitzgerald, Woodard, Monaco, Zabka, Ibrahimian, Pericles, Griffith, Papura, and Pliskin are all on the lead lap. They are still with a real good chance to win this race. I think basically a lot of cars, if you're not Zayden Davidson, have a real chance to win this race. Even Kenny Myatt has a real shot to win this considering how fast that car is. He's 5 laps down, but again, that's a real good shot for him there. Green flag is out for Russ Pliskin. Here we go. And here goes, Papura got a great start. Griffith in 3rd also got a good start as we get going once again. Here goes Pericles now as we rock it around here. Ibrahimian, that's a surprise. That car was involved in an accident earlier that brought out the yellow flag. Oh, didn't want to go to that camera, but here comes Griffith now looking underneath Papura there. Again, you just got to be really careful. Look at Kenny Myatt now trying to become the first car in the line that are one lap down. Myatt knows that if he can get in front of all of these lead lap cars, he's going to gain another lap there. And when that car as quick as it is, I mean, the 025 has gone a little quicker than, and the 24 have gone faster than Woodard at least, but again, look at the 9 just kind of claw his way up the track there. The 025 gets into the wall. Koryabanov gets into the fence as well. And again, now the field is all packed back up again. And look at Myatt just cut through the field like butter. A hot knife through butter there as, gosh, that car is scary quick. That car is terrifyingly quick. If that thing gets back on the lead lap, they will be fearing it, to say the least. They will fear that car. Because it will probably win at this rate, how quick that car is. But again, he's got a long way to come back, and if he does, that's the most impressive story I've ever seen in the American 700, as there goes Anthony Griffith, Myatt's teammate, now going to the lead. And again now, we know how good on a long run the two Toth cars are, but the Tenaire seems really good on a short run, so... And he leads the lap, but there goes the Toth of Papura back to the lead, but not going to hold it for long because there goes Griffith back. Racing's getting pretty intense for the lead here as there goes Pliskin and Papura. They're trying. Griffith slides up into the marbles a bit there. Oh, that was a close call there. The 41 nearly gets into the 025, and Griffith catches the fence back there. Ooh. Come on, guys. It's only lap 140 of 350. You don't have to be racing this hard this early. Although maybe you do, I don't know. I mean, with the way that the Toths have been running away with this, maybe you do. But the 84 car now down the backstretch, trying to catch the 24 now in the lead of this race. So, Griffith again trying that high line. I wouldn't be doing that too often, and it looks like he's going to get the fence again. There's some handling issues with that 24 car. 84 setting up a move down low now on the 24 for the lead of the race. Does he have any help? Here comes Eric Monaco, a new player at fighting for the lead now. Hasn't been a while. It's been a while since we've seen Monaco fighting. Greg Woodard as well. And wow, look at this battle up here for the lead of the race. Just look at it. Just duke out everybody. And I don't think this is going to be beneficial for Pericles here. But, oh, Woodard's up high. Greg Woodard goes to the high line there. I'm not sure if I like that move, but not going to be too hard there. Look at this. Just the entire top 6 are all together, all full-time cars. The one-off cars are not performing at their highest rate. Ibrahimian is the highest one-off car. There's Griffith all the way down in 8th now. Or actually, yeah, going to be fighting, 8th. As here we go through this field, it's just a very, very, just a very difficult race for these drivers right now. As Eric Monaco leads this race now, he somehow came out of that with the lead. And, oh my goodness, this is just pure entertainment at the front of the field now. Papura is sliding around back there. Don't get into too much trouble there, Philip. Don't want to do that. As Greg and Bethany Woodard now are going to try and work together to get through the pack as well. Here comes William Brock now trying to go for second on Nick Pericles. I don't think that's going to work out too well for Brock, but we'll see how it flies for him. He does lose a bit of speed through the center of the corner. But again, you just got to be really careful you're not going to cause an issue here. This is not the stage that you want to do this in, as we're about to approach the 300-mile mark of this event. As here comes Zayden Davidson once again going to hold up Myatt, who is not the leader of the race, but obviously a number of laps down, 4 laps down. And it's going to be interesting to see how Monaco is going to deal with Davidson. Not well, it looks like. Although the field is roughly single file right now, that's going to be the best place for them. Again, nobody looks like they're going to make a mistake drafting around the 78 car, so that's going to be the smartest move to make at this stage. Everybody does a good job. The only car that really got held up by that was Myatt. The 300-mile mark is approaching now. They're going to... Whoa, that's not what I wanted. They are going to now take the 300-mile mark right here and now. Looks like a little further back, you got Papura going to hit the wall, or get into the wall. Eric Monaco leads at the 300-mile mark here at Michigan. Philip Papura comes or is in third. Ooh, looks like the 025 car nearly gets into the fence there and is going to fall to the back of this group. And it looks like there's a little bit of a gap forming now as Monaco continues to lead. Let's take a look at who's not in the lead group right now. We've got LaRusso Danielson in 7th, Anthony Griffith in 8th, Ailing is a number of laps down, as is Ozkin a lap down, DJ Curtis is up to 8th, 9th is Ibrahimian, 10th is Carter Fitzgerald, 11th I believe is Zabka, 12th is Wyatt Castle, 13th is Hayata, 14th is Hart, 15th is Anselmi, 16th is Dragonis, 17th is Shepard. Papadopoulos is a lap down, as is Roy, as is a lot of these cars back here. And thus, Eric Monaco continues to lead this event as it just keeps chugging along right now. Actually, the weather is looking a lot better than people thought it might. I mean, it was looking like it was going to be a solid rain-a-fest at the end of this one, but so far it's been pretty good. I mean, there's still chances out there for heavy rain, but here we go. Oh, it looks like Brock's going to try a move for... Brock is a lap down? Oh, I thought Brock was on the lead lap. My apologies. I kept saying Brock was on the lead lap. He is in 17th. He is the first car 1 lap down. So he'd be the free pass car until they lap... well, Hirano's a number of laps down. My apologies. I thought Brock was on the lead lap. My bad. The next mechanical failure on the race would happen lap 57. 157, that is. And that would be Dylan Ibrahimian. With issues right now. He would have to bring it down pit road. Fuel system issues. They would be working on that car, but Ibrahimian was running in the top 10 at that time. Tough break for him, but he would get it to pit road. Problems now for Rich Roy, as Rich Roy would have a problem with his car, or maybe he's just pitting, but is he going to try and make an early pit stop in this race? I don't really know, but doesn't seem like anybody else is willing to pit, but Rich Roy will bring it down pit road here at almost at the 2-hour mark of this event. Ibrahimian would rejoin the race here, and he looks like he's on pace, so that's good to see. But Dylan Ibrahimian is going to be a driver that he's going to need some help now. And believe it or not, Kenny Myatt is not the last place car running right now because he has passed the 78 car. So Myatt, and he's going to lap the 78 car. So again, Myatt's going to need a couple more yellows to go his way for any chance to win it. I mean, he's a long shot, but if he can get back on the lead lap, he will be a driver to watch as he blasts by Zayden Davidson. Eric Monaco continues to lead over Nick Pericles, Russ Pliskin, William Brock, etc. But Davidson now is going to be a factor now for Monaco to get by, and he's really holding up Monaco, and this is going to pack everybody back up right here. As, oh, what is Pericles doing? Going to the high line, trying to draft with him. You don't want to do that. Again, just stay down low and let the 87 just be a problem for everybody else. And it looks like the Woodards are going to get held up from this as well. So Woodards are going to be massively held up by this little shenanigans here as well. So tough break for Bethany and Greg Woodard, but everybody else does a good job getting by as Kenny Myatt is miles ahead. William Brock may be trying to go to the Kenny Myatt school of how to get back on the lead lap and try and get back on it the old-fashioned way. Also, looks like we had a 95 car issue with the Bethany Woodard car. We're going to have to see what happened to Woodard. Oh, and this is going to bring out the yellow flag here on 166. That is not good for Bethany Woodard, and caution would fly on 166 for Bethany Woodard breaking down on the backstretch. Kenny Myatt would get another lap back officially. He is now only 4 laps down and will now try and go for 3 laps down, and he would actually get by a number of cars if he did that. So, again, this is how you're going to have to play this if you're Kenny Myatt. Just constantly fighting from the back. But Bethany Woodard had some brake issues and pulled it to a stop down the backstretch, and that would be her race, well, effectively over. I mean, granted, anything's up for grabs here. It's a 700-mile race. We're not even halfway yet, but we're almost to halfway. William Brock will get the free pass. Looks like we've got a problem with the 4 car. So the 4 is going to go out of the race as well. So 4 car out with a tire issue. We believe the 95 is still in this event. I think the 95 is. But the 17 of William Brock will get the free pass, and the 4 is now eliminated from the race. So the only Tenaire left is, 4 laps down. The field will be packed up once again for the, as we approach the halfway mark of this race. It is 2 hours and 11 minutes since the green flag. So it's been a longer one, to be honest with you. It's been a longer race, but we are still currently going. I'm just surprised that we have not seen that many, much interference from rain clouds. I mean, it's been a pretty good race, and the reason why the rain is so feared here is because there are no lights as Eric Monaco takes the green flag. Pericles gets a great restart there over a number of other cars. Here we go, just again here. Again, just a race that you're going to have to watch now. As we get going, the first car 1 lap down is the 91 car. And the downside of Kenny Myatt is he's got to claw through an entire pack worth of cars if he's going to try and get to his 3rd lap down to get down to 3 down. But we know that car is so terrifyingly quick. This is going to be one that I'm going to watch here because we know, I mean, yeah, it's 7 laps you would have to gain back. Is the 24 actually making ground by scraping the wall in the back, the 024? No, he's not, but Hayata into the fence back there. But with how fast that car has been, it does not surprise me if that's the case, but up front, there's been no change there. Oh, it looks like Hirano's gotten to the fence in the back. That's the 92 car. Gets into the fence, hit pretty hard there. And just look at how this pack has to maneuver themselves here in order to not cause an accident here. Still no sight of the big one, or the, quote, big one in this event. Look at Myatt just carve his way through the field, though. Oh, Pliskin has gotten by Pericles there. Is he going to try and make a move at Monaco now as we're approaching the halfway mark of the race, the 350-mile mark? And this is just what we have been expecting. Pure entertainment from Michigan. This American 700 has been thrilling, to say the least, but it's been a race where if you get the lead, it's pretty easy to hold it off, unless if your name are the two Ghost cars, which for a while there were flipping back and forth as we are now one lap from halfway. Eric Monaco now showing that Silver Speed is a car to watch today. Down the backstretch, Pericles is holding on the outside there with Pliskin. And there's Woodard there also up there as well. Papura's coming in as well. It looks like Monaco is going to lead at the halfway mark in this race. Remember, Monaco finished second a number of years ago in the American 700 to DJ Curtis at his third American 700. Could today be his day? That's what I'm wondering. The 84 of Pericles now makes a run on the inside. He looks like he's going to lead this lap. Not by much, though, over there. 1/100th of a second there. Under 100th of a second. And there goes Pericles now. He's going to have help. Look at Myatt. He's all the way in the lead group. I hate to talk about a car that's still 4 laps down all the time, but oh my gosh, that thing is flying. And Pericles now takes over the lead of the race. But Pericles is the new leader. And just, again, it's hard to get the lead, I've noticed, in this race. Very difficult. Oh, we got a car breaking down. That's Greg Woodard. Woodard is breaking down. Look out, look out, look out. Go! Carter Fitzgerald hits Woodard. And that's going to be a yellow here on lap 180, or 179. And that's a yellow flag. Woodard has damage. Greg Woodard out of the race. Or not out of the race just yet, but Pericles will lead the field back to the green. Myatt did not get far enough up in order to get a lap back that time, but ooh, that car, scary quick. Sam Adoskin would finally get his free pass that he was probably deserving a while ago. Sam Adoskin, the 15th place car, gets the free pass. Woodard is still in this race, believe it or not. They got the car running again, but it's going to be a slow rise for that car there. Not been a great day for Lycoya. They still have one car on the lead lap right now, that being Wyatt Castle in 10th, but it's been the weakest of the Lycoyas, to be honest with you. But Sam Adoskin gets the free pass. Also, for an FYI, the 60 is still on the lead lap after that incident as well, so no issues for Fitzgerald. Doesn't even look like there's that much. There's a little bit of damage to it, but got to be careful just not to get into too much trouble. Oh, gosh, the 9's right up front. Okay, 84 car will lead the field down to the green, and away we go here at Michigan for the 7th restart of the event. Myatt did not get going there on the inside, holding up the lap cars a bit, but here goes the 025 didn't get going either. And now the 9 is going to try and get another lap back here. Could he possibly do this without getting a free pass? Get back on the lead lap without a free pass? I mean, oh, Fitzgerald's slow in the back if you didn't notice that. Fitzgerald's very slow in the back. And here comes the 25 and the 24. They're coming now to battle with Pericles. Wow, what a showing. 12-25 now, dives with Myatt now. Look at the 024. Look at the 24 there now, trying the middle line. Not going to get it as the 84 continues to lead the race. But the 9's currently only 3 laps down. Only 3 down. Look at the 60 now. Doing The 60 is so slow right now, but it's not slow enough to get a penalty for it there. Is the 66? Yeah, the 66 is still in it. One lap down, of course, but the 84 now is caught up to the back of the lap car of Myatt. Let's take a look here at who's all on the lead lap right now. Pericles, Pliskin, Monaco, Papura, Ibrahimian, Brock, Woodard. Whoa. We've got some cars here getting into the fence back there. Is Shepard? Yes, Shepard's on the lead lap now as well. Zabka's on the lead lap. I think he was a lap down at one point in this race as well. Castle, Hart, Dragonis. Papadopoulos almost got the lucky dog to get back on the lead lap, but again, here we go. It doesn't look like Myatt's able to pull away as much this time around, but Carter Fitzgerald will be the lap car to watch as we keep going in this event. 24 car now is trying down low on the 84 now. This is how you're going to have to make a move here, but he doesn't have any help from the 41. Just got to play this so carefully now. And, oh, look at this. 41's now going for the lead himself. 3 wide for the lead. 3 wide for the lead. William Brock up to 5th from going a lap down earlier. Pliskin took over the lead there from Pericles, but the 17's trying himself, but I don't think the 17 can get the outside to work. He's going to lose 3rd, possibly. Here comes Pericles now trying to go for the lead. So we're approaching the 400-mile mark in this event. Pliskin goes a little too high, and I think that's going to give Pericles the lead of the race. And now Nick Pericles leads. And now here comes Papura again, now looking down low. And now Pericles slides to the high line, into the marbles, and gives Papura the lead. So, man, if this race comes down to that. Bethany Woodard now, I'm guessing, is the first car 1 lap down. No, 2 laps down, actually. Who's the first car 1 down? That would be the 81 of Ayapo and Selmy in 15th, but they're going to come up to lap Fitzgerald here in a second. So, again, here we go. And some report is that there is some raindrops out there on the track. And yes, they're throwing a yellow for it. Rain on track. So with rain on track, Myatt's going to get another lap back. Hopefully this is only a light sprinkle, but it only looks like a light sprinkle, and it looks like the main rain cell is going to miss us, but we are under yellow flag due to rain. They're about to lap Carter Fitzgerald as well here. But Papura and Pliskin will lead the race here over the 84 car of Pericles. Looks like this will be a wave around when we go back green, whenever that is, for, is that Anselmi? No, it'll actually be Woodard. Greg Woodard will get it the wave around. And there is enough rain that they're gonna wanna at least, and keep in mind it's misty too, so any little bit of rain that's getting on the windshield is going to make visibility all that more difficult, and that's going to be a problem for these drivers. So here goes Greg Woodard trying to get his lap back. He gets the wave around, Woodard does. He had just passed Anselmi on track, so Woodard blasts by. Also, we're going to have the 27 and the 99 didn't pit, I don't think, so I'm actually going to take a look at them. See, did they pit? No, they must have pitted. I think they were just the first off. Wow. First time we've seen those 2 cars up there. But yeah, Shepard and Castle are going to lead this group back to the green. Aiden Shepard will lead the field down to the green here. And off we go into the Wild Blue Yonder for another time here on lap 195, approaching the 400-mile mark. These cars haven't been up there all day, so it's going to be interesting to see how the field handles these cars as we get going. Pericles, a number of other cars further back as well. A little further down the order than they're used to as Shepard continues to lead this race. We haven't seen Wyatt Castle lead either, as Looks like Shepard's going to lead the lap here. What a showing, though, by Aiden Shepard, by the Shepard and Castle crews to get them out there as quickly as they did. As Castle's going to jump to the high line here and maybe try and lead his first lap of the day. I don't know, though. That's going to be a big ask there. And then Castle's going to fall back, it looks like. Castle now on the backstretch. Shepard continues to lead this race. They are 3 wide with Ailing back there as well. Oh, Ailing sliding up. Woo! Don't want to do that too often, everybody. That's going to be how you cause accidents, as Ailing's going to try and get a lap back the Myatt way on pure pace there, and it looks like the 99 maybe caught the wall and is falling way down the order now. Back to where he probably was running all day. And there's Mr. 9 himself flying to the field. Is now... Where's the 27? 27 might have gotten into the fence, too. Because the 27 lost a bunch of spots there. As Pericles went by to take the lead away. Brock is in second, and it looks like Bethany Woodard, the lap car, goes by as well, so... Just got to be really careful you're not going to kind of get yourself into too much trouble as Pliskin takes over second position. Right now, if I'm going to pick anybody to win, it's going to be Pliskin or Papura with how fast those cars have been consistently. Coming to the 400-mile mark, Nick Pericles will lead it at the 400-mile mark. So far, no issues. So far, reliability. There hasn't been a lot, actually. We thought this race was going to be a little bit more reliability unfriendly than it is. But here goes. Nick Pericles now leads over Russell Pliskin, Philip Papura, William Brock. The Bullet, that is the 9 car, coming up again to try and go to 2 laps down. Ailing, Woodard, Shepard, Curtis, etc. Just all trying their best just to stay in this. So Shepard again up to the high line there. I think they maybe only took 2 tires, because they look really slow compared to everybody else Castle and Shepard do, and that's maybe why they got out as quick as they did. But again, Nick Pericles leads this race. Myatt now has gotten up past the second place car. He's going to try and go after Pericles now to get another lap back. This is one of the most impressive showings I've ever seen from a driver. I mean, look at this. Yes, we know that car is quick, but 7 laps. He's already gained 5. If he gets by the 84, he's gained 5 laps in this event. I mean, that's nothing short of impressive as Papura gets by Pliskin, I guess, for second, or there's a battle for second heating up there. Brock is in 4th. 5th place is Shepard. Field is spreading out actually a bit. Monaco's really kind of fallen off the cherry truck as Curtis is starting to get going now. Dragonis has been constantly in the lower top 10 all day. As there's Wyatt Castle battling with Noah Hart, who has been on the lead lap all day, but it really hasn't shown much. As Carter Fitzgerald is probably going to go a lap down, as is Davidson here. So here we go. Once again, Myatt now is on the back bumper of the 84, going to try and get another lap back. And, oh, Carter Fitzgerald, they thread the needle on Carter Fitzgerald there. And, oh, boy, this is going to be huge for Kenny Myatt as Myatt now gets another lap back. As Fitzgerald now is holding up a lot of cars here. Whew, here we go. More fun and games at the front of the field now. Myatt now is only 2 laps down. But Zayden Davidson could be the factor to watch here, and it depends on which line Davidson blocks. Will they try the split again here? Looks like it. Myatt blasts her on the outside, and Pericles actually gets held up there by Davidson. I think Myatt's 48 years old right now. And he is, oh, Davidson nearly up into the marbles there. Don't hit the wall there, Zayden. Ooh. That's a close call there, but 23rd position there, 2 laps down. He's praying for more mist, I can tell you. Interestingly enough, I think we found a car that can compete with the 9. The 84 got a good draft on him down the straightaway there and was trying to make a move on him there. That's kind of going to be the way I think you're going to have to play Myatt now. I mean, I think now the field's actually quite worried because we know that this race is probably going to have a couple more cautions, and if Myatt can keep doing this, he's going to be on the lead lap. And it's just Pericles consistently just trying this inside line entering 1. And it looks like he's actually going to get it this time, but I think they're starting to really worry about the 9 because, yeah, it was kind of a joke as we kept going that the 9's just getting all these laps back, but they're actually remotely scared to even let that car get on the lead lap. And if it gets to 1 lap down, it's going to be fighting for the free pass. So, I mean, you're going to have to play this game right if you're, if you're the leaders, you're not going to want the 9 to get a lap back now. Because laps are becoming all the more critical now of who's going to be the most competitive driver. And here comes the 9 again, going to try the inside, which the 9 is the one car we've seen make the inside work because that's how he's been getting all this track position. And he's going to get this, I think. He's going to go back to 2 laps down, so from that issue early on in the race, I mean, here he goes. I mean, this is one of the most, like I said, it's one of the most impressive showings I've seen as Papura and Pliskin are doing battle again. 4th is Brock quite a ways down. We're kind of getting into a rhythm section of this event, kind of like how we did a little earlier, but Myatt is over Pericles here. And here comes the toth of Russell Pliskin. Pliskin's going to actually try because Pericles was busy screwing with the 9, and here comes Pliskin to take over the lead. So, again, another really impressive showing here. Oh, but the 24 cannot hold the bottom nearly like he should there. And they're going to come up to lap Hirano. Uh-oh.